My intro keeps going on even when the timer expires. Hey, what's up? Sound check. I haven't done this in 2 months. Exactly 2 months, right? I checked, and the last live stream was February 8th. Today is April 8th, those of you that don't own a calendar. So, yeah, 2 months. What's up, Duff, here? Sound check, sound check. How do I sound? Sounds okay? Hopefully. Mic looks like it's on. Mic's close to my mouth. Usually that's a good combination. Blue Collar Jose, channel members here. Yo, Duff. Yo, Blue Collar Jose. What's up, man? Spartacus is here. He gives me the sound check I'm looking for. Audio is good. Awesome. Thank you, Spartacus. So, yeah. Wow. What do we talk about after 2 months, right? It's a Tuesday night. This is unusual for me to stream on a Tuesday night. My life's gotten a little bit busier. A lot of times my weekends are taken up, so I haven't really had a lot of time to do it. But in some ways, I feel like I'm in a time warp, right? Because back on February 8th, the main topic of the live stream was, hey, I ordered a KingSong F22, and it's supposed to be coming. It was supposed to be coming mid-February. And here we are, April 8th. Hey, I ordered a KingSong F22 in January, and it's still not here. Yeah, it's a little frustrating. You know, I am getting the F22 Pro from Alien Rides, and I mean the information I got from them is it's just shipping and customs related, I guess. But I guess the thing that frustrates me is you know, if someone puts a date on their site for a product that they don't have, you know, try to keep it like kind of accurate, right? I remember when there was a period of time when every new / popular wheel that you ordered, it was always like 2 month wait, 3 month wait. And I got really tired of that. And I remember at that time talking about how I don't want to wait for wheels like that anymore. And that was probably, I don't know. I think I probably proclaimed that after the KingSong S22 mess, where I waited literally a year to get that wheel. And I don't know. I didn't like doing that. So here I am again, unknowingly. I'm in a similar position, but hopefully I got an update today that supposedly it's almost there. I saw that Jayton Alexander just got his F22 Pro from Rev Rides. So that makes me think that the boat has landed. So, yeah, I'm hoping it's coming sometime. Let's see what we got here. Okay, got lots of sound is good. Mentions, thank you. Stan, has anyone received an F22 Pro? Hopefully F18 rollout is better. Yeah, it's weird, right? It's weird. It's the rollout of the F22 has been strange. Yes, people have gotten it. Like the way it worked was Alien Rides got I believe a smallish batch of the initial F22 Pros. People bought them, they sold out, and then supposedly they were going to be getting more in a month. eWheels chose to not carry the F22 Pro at launch. My understanding is Jason just has been a little burned and skeptical about KingSong, and he wasn't willing to invest in the F22 Pro, at least initially. I believe. Let me look. I think I did see that eWheels is now selling the F22 Pro, I believe. Let me just verify that. I think I saw that the other day. So many wheel announcements since I last live streamed, right? I guess we can talk about them if you want to. All right, let's see. F20. Yeah, there it is. F22 Pro for $4,000. $4,000 now. But yeah, because that was when because of the tariffs. Yeah, we can talk about tariffs and all that craziness, right? The F-22 Pro on e-wheels is $39.99. I guess I can. Do I remember how to still share screens? I think I do. Let's do the entire screen over here. We'll share it, and then we'll make myself super small. There we go. Yeah, so $4,000 through e-wheels. Let's see what their estimated time is to get it. Does it say? Okay. So they're saying that they would ship in late March if you got it from e-wheels. So not a good situation, and plus the tariffs now, right? Luckily, my order was in before the tariffs. My order was paid in full before the tariff, so I guess that's a good thing. But man, the prices of a whole bunch of wheels went up pretty significantly overnight. Patrick McCowan finally made it to a live stream. Yeah, I mean, Patrick comments on my videos a lot. Making it to a live stream is a rare thing. I don't know. Maybe Tuesday nights are a good night for you, Patrick. I don't know. Aren't you in Patrick? Aren't you in Australia? I'm not quite sure. I don't know why I think that, but I thought you did. Blue Collar Jose. I've been riding the V9 though my knees hurt. Is that normal? Yeah, well, that's another thing that's happened since the last live stream is I received the V9 from InMotion, and I've done, I don't know, half a dozen videos on it. I've done a lot of testing and riding on the V9. Blue Collar Jose, I would ask what your PSI settings are, because when I first got the V9, if you didn't see the video, I set it to the PSI that was recommended for my weight. And the range for my weight that it said in the manual was 150 to 180 PSI. I set it to 160 PSI. And I took the thing out and it felt like a pogo stick. It was not, you would hit and it would just bounce you right up, and it was not comfortable. It did not feel good. Then I tried to add pressure to the top chamber of the air shocks, which affect your rebound and dampening. I based on the advice of Albert, I set it to 40 PSI on the top in both chambers, and it was a little better. It wasn't good. It was still too pogo-y for me, too hard for me. I didn't like it. And I was kind of bummed out. I'm like, oh man, this V9 I was excited about, but if the suspension isn't helping relieve pressure and energy to my lower body, then what good is it? So then after I talked to Aaron Doria, who also was involved with InMotion, he did some videos on the V9. And he's a bigger guy than me. He weighs, I don't know, probably 30 pounds more than me, maybe. But anyways, I said, Aaron, so what? I said, this feels really pogo-y to me. What PSI were you running on your V9? And he was running, I don't know, like 130 or something like that. And I'm like, oh, geez. And it felt good to him. I'm like, well, shit, that's way lower than what the manual says. So I changed my pressure on the V9 to 120 PSI, and I left 40 PSI in the top, and it feels way better to me. So, Jose, I'm curious what kind of settings you're running, because if you go by the manual, it is not going to feel very good. That's been my experience. Leo dropping in here on a Tuesday morning. Leo from Brazil. Leo, didn't you say you were going to move a while back? I thought you were moving. I know you've been around the world, but I thought you were moving. Has that happened? Has that not happened? Stan, the tariffs will push EUCs to 10 grand. Who will be the brave soul to buy an M10 for $99.99? Hopefully nobody. Unfortunately, I mean, the dealer is going to pay a price here. I mean, like if you buy a wheel right now, I think you're kind of crazy. I would not buy a wheel. Donald Trump seems to flip his number, his tariff number back and forth, depending on the wind, sort of. He'll take a dartboard and throw it. Okay, today's the tariff is this. Oh, you said something nice about me. Okay, then we're going to reduce the tariffs. And oh, wait, you said something not nice about me. Then I'm going to raise the tariffs. So I would wait until things settle down. Obviously, the stock market is not very happy, and that goes along with the EUC community. If you're looking to buy a new wheel right now, you are going to pay through the roof. Like if you want a Begode Panther, $5,000, right? I think the isn't the Sherman L now $5,000 as well? Let me look. That's crazy, man. I mean, some people, money is no object, Marty. But for a lot of individuals, these prices are just ridiculous. Yeah, 49. I guess I can bring this back. 49.99 for the Panther. Where's the Sherman? Okay. Okay. The Sherman. Oh, wait. Okay. The Sherman L's in stock, so that's still 44.80. If he had to order them, I bet it would be bumped up to around $5,000 again. So the only reason the Sherman L still is at the original price point is because they have them in stock. So, yeah, if you want something that's coming over in the boat, you are going to pay out the ass. Yeah. Dale, what's up, Dale? Good day. Dale from Australia. F-22 from sitting in port in Australia, waiting to be unloaded after the backlog from the cyclone. Okay. What do you mean? Are you getting an F-22, Dale? If you are, I did not know that. I did not know that. Oh, Patrick, you're in Canada. Okay, sorry, Patrick. Patrick's in Canada. Spartacus, 104% tariffs will suck if it happens. Wouldn't that double prices? I don't know. I mean, because there's already existing tariffs on China. I don't know. All I know is every day I hear a different number, and it's just it's crazy to me. Well, we can talk more about tariffs later if you want to. Dale says Begode is moving some of their manufacturing to Malaysia. That should fix the tariffs issue. Really? Really? Okay. Interesting. It doesn't sound like an easy thing to do, to move your manufacturing to another country, but I guess, okay. Great. So Blue Collar Jose, set your PSI to 120. What's your riding weight, Jose? Oh, it's more when turning. I think I'm too stiff. Are you a new rider, Jose? If you told me that before that you are, I'm not I don't remember that. Because in general, when you're a newer rider, being stiff while turning is a thing, for sure. Wilson said the settings that I used made it less pogo-y for me too. Yeah, definitely. Leo had to postpone moving to Portugal. Okay, yeah, Portugal. That's right. Well, that's all right. I guess Brazil's not so bad. Blue Collar Jose confirming that the Sherman L is 4,500 for now, until you have to get one on a boat. I wonder. Let's see. I wonder if Alien Rides has any of those in stock, the Sherman L's, and if not, what the cost is. I mean, there's no way this can affect the EUC sales. There's no way. Yeah, there are a couple, or not a couple, but there are a few whales in the EUC community that they'll pay whatever the price is, because money is not a big problem for them, but that is not the way it is for most of the community. All right, I'm looking on Alien Rides. Commander Max. Did they not sell the Sherman L? Maybe Alien Rides. Sherman L. Okay, so their Sherman L is $20 less than e-wheels. Instead of $44.80, it's $44.60. So they can say that we sell it cheaper. I got it. So let's see. Is it in stock? Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's in stock too. So again, I think it's probably the same case because it's in stock. I just want to see what I'm looking at. Because it's in stock, I think that's why that original price is still holding, and I think that's the only reason. Because I know, like the price of the Apex, like Larry has a deposit down on an Apex, and I know his price went up. I think he's getting it through eWheels, and he put the deposit down before the tariffs were announced. And after the tariffs were announced, he checked, and now he's paying the higher price, the post-tariff price, because I guess eWheels still didn't pay for the wheels because they were still not shipped. So Larry, instead of paying the price that he thought when he put the deposit down, he's paying the new tariff price, higher tariff price, and he's not thrilled about that, which I understand. But I have a lot of experience with that from my Cybertruck deposit, where when I put a $100 deposit on the Cybertruck, it was supposed to be $49,900, and when it came out, it's 80 grand. And I subsequently canceled my deposit. How much the Sherman L from Next Gen? Let me see. Next Gen Mobility. I know you're a fan of Next Gen Mobility. I mean, it seems like I haven't heard anything negative about Next Gen Mobility. All right, let's share this. Sherman L. Oh, wow. Okay. $400 less, a little bit more than $400 less on the Sherman L. Interesting. And that's a pre-order? So that's okay. So that's not even here yet. Although it doesn't come until the middle of May. That's interesting, though, that he's selling it at that price. That's cool. I don't know. I guess for some reason I don't think of Next Gen Mobility a lot, and I probably should, because it seems like their pricing on things are like the price on this Arrow. This is less than what eWheels is selling it for. And you can take an additional $25 off if you use the coupon code Tariff. NextGenMobility.org. Yeah, check it out. Wow, nice. Like, I don't know anything about like how their after sales services. I don't really know, so I'm not giving them an official recommendation. But their pricing at least seems competitive. It definitely does. It's better than Alien Rides or eWheels. Leo, yeah, just saw that Trump just slapped another tariff increase on China. This way the U.S. will catch up with Brazil on prices, not a food thing. Yeah, sure. Yeah, it's great. Dale is not getting an F-22 Pro. My mate's waiting on one, though. He should get it in a couple of weeks. Well, hopefully your mate lets you test it, Dale, because you are the original KingSong fanboy, right? Okay, Jose, so you weigh a little bit less than me, and you're a brand new rider. Yeah. In general, at least it's been my experience, when I was learning, I was very stiff. And at least in my case, I always thought that I needed to keep my legs pressed up against the shell of the wheel. And because I had issues with wobbling when I was riding my 9x1 Plus. And I thought, okay, well, the way to prevent wobbles is to just get right against that shell, right? And if you're going straight, I guess it kind of helped. But the problem is when you're really tight to the wheel, when you try to turn and lean, it's restrictive, and you'll wind up possibly leaning too far, and all that tension in your body as well is going to beat up on you. So I think in your case, Jose, it's probably just a lack of experience. I think that will probably get better. If you're using those pressure settings that I said, you probably have the pressure set pretty good for you. Yeah, and as Dale says, the leg pains go away. Yeah, I mean, when I was learning, oh my God, my lower body always hurt. My calves hurt. I had like bruises on the inside of my calves. I had bruises on my ankles. But like Dale says, it does get better. It will get better with time. That is a promise. Stan says, yeah, black market. Yeah, EUC smuggling can be the new win. Yeah, maybe. That's what we need. EUC black market. Some people said that this might give the used EUC market a kick in the ass. Maybe. Maybe, I guess. There's no tariffs on used wheels, so maybe. I don't know. Jose asked what the rebound PSI I set. 40 PSI on the top chambers is what I am running on my V12. And those of you who did not see, I did take the V12 on Saturday, or the V12. I'm sorry, the V9. I did take the V9 on Saturday to the swamp. I was just curious how it would do, because that's the most extensive test of the suspension that I really have around here, because there's lots of uneven surfaces there, lots of roots, rocks, all kinds of stuff like that. And even though, the V9 is a smaller wheel and it has a sort of simple air shock or air strut suspension, it performed well. It performed well in the swamp. It did fine. Now, granted, the swamp was dry. It wasn't wet, thank goodness, because it has a street tire on it. But no, it did pretty well. Patrick, it was good to hear Dawn is in the mend. Yeah, Dawn, I put at the end of my of that video, the swamp video, that I talked to Dawn, and actually she sent me a message today that she's checking out from the facility that she's in. Hopefully things work out for her. She's a little stubborn and hard-headed, and my concern is her doing something that she shouldn't, and injuring herself more, making her rehabilitation more difficult and longer. But I can't tell her what to do, and no one else can either. So hopefully things work out for her. Yeah, Wilson is close. I set it to 40. Dale says, I don't think she's 100%, though, as she said she missed me. She's definitely not at 100%, Dale, especially if you said she missed you. Oh, that's right. Oh, yeah, Dale, that code that you have, doesn't that go to like some charity or something, Dale? Your Wheeler 25 code? I do remember you talking about that before. Sherman L is 4280 USD, really? Even with tariffs there? Spartacus, really? That's somewhat surprising. I don't know what we're taxing PEVs from Canadian dealers. I don't know what that is, but yeah. Captain Send It. Hello, Duff and everyone here. Hey, it's been 2 months, so it's good to see a lot of familiar names still here. It's been a memorable 2 months. Skip food, tariff reply to checkout. Yeah, I hope not. I don't know. Sensei, what's up, man? Sensei Vegan. Good evening, Duff. Hello, everyone. Hello, Sensei. So, Sensei, what's the latest wheel that you're targeting? I'm still waiting for my F22 Pro, and once I get that, I'm not targeting anything. I won't buy another wheel this year for sure. I've been in get my finances in order mode for the last couple months, where I had to address some stuff that I needed to get paid off. It's paid off now. I paid it off without having to touch my savings, which is good. Originally, I thought I was going to tap into my savings. It's all paid off, and now I'm looking to accelerate through this year and be financially stable and get some get ahead on a few things. So that's my goal. The F22 Pro is already paid for, so it's time to be more financially prudent. In regards to next gen mobility, Dale says their after sales service is great too. James is a great guy, and now he has Rob Fail. Real good time. Oh, Rob's on his team. Okay, no, I didn't know. What? That's like Rob's full-time job, working for next gen. Interesting. I don't watch a lot of real good time stuff, but hopefully it's good. Stan, Marty posted a vid of the Sherman L being the best EUC ever. I did see that thumbnail. He rode the Panther, so I'm assuming the Panther is underwhelming. No. I think he rode the Panther in China, and he had positive things to say about it. And I think at one time I was talking to him about it, and he said that it doesn't ride like a 22-inch wheel, but it is a 22-inch wheel. It's a bigger wheel, so it's not really a direct competitor for the Sherman L. I think Marty is anticipating that he will still prefer the Sherman L on most rides. Certain rides he'll prefer the Panther, I assume. I think he said something. I don't know if he was kidding, but I think he said that he has currently 20 wheels or something like that. I mean, that's a little obscene, don't you think? A little obscene. But hey, I mean, I wouldn't want 20 wheels. Larry is here. Hi, everybody. Larry Z here. Hi, Larry. What's up? How's life treating you, Larry? Hopefully good. Okay, lots of highs going back and forth. Spartacus being my PR department. Thank you. Spartacus says, enjoying the stream. Smash the like button. The thumbs up. It's free and will help bring more people to the party. Let's go. Like and subscribe. Yeah, thank you. I think did I cross 15,000 subscribers by February 8th? I don't remember. I don't think I did. I don't think I did a live stream about hitting 15,000 subscribers that I remember. Did I? Okay, now I'm doubting myself. Let me just look if any of my live streams mention that. No. Yeah, I didn't. It looks like I did not do a commemorative 15,000 subscriber live stream. I did a video, I think, talking about it, but not a live stream. So yeah, I am over 15,000 subscribers, which is nice. Hitting like increases stream visibility. I did very little promotion of this stream. I basically created it when I got home, put a link on the two electric unicycle groups on Facebook. Thank you very much. Yeah, probably about an hour ago, and that's it. And we still have over 30 people in here, so that's nice. Blue Collar Jose ordered some pads, V13 pads. Yeah, that might help. That might help you. Yeah, I know Albert. People have asked like what pads are good on the V9, and Albert has recommended the V13 pads. For me, I won't put pads in the V9. I don't really need it for what I'll use it for. But it might be helpful to you, Jose, for sure. Sijic is here. What's up, buddy? And everyone else, what's up? What's up, man? Do you remember who I am? Do I look the same? I don't know. Have I changed physically in the last 2 months? I don't think so. I don't think so. I do think I'm going to start cutting my hair a little shorter again, though. I have reasons. Okay. Peter Larson. Hey, Duff, I upgraded to a Patton S about 10 days ago. Have about 80 miles on it. Congrats, man. Patton S is nice. I know Zen Lee, I think, is racing a Patton S. The last race he did, he's racing a Patton S. Patton S is a great wheel. And, I mean, people that have it in stock, you can get it for, what, $2,800 maybe? It's a pretty good value, I think. I have the original Patton. I have an original batch 1 Patton. And it's still my all-around favorite wheel that I own. In regards to Dale's discount code at NextGen, yeah, the 25 I make goes toward a free wheel for someone underprivileged. Move this over a little bit when it gets enough. Hoping other people follow suit and let commissions go towards the cause. Yeah, it's nice of you, Dale. Oh, Sensei's getting a Lynx. Really? Okay, nice, dude. Sensei, have you ever owned a veteran wheel? I think you had an OG Sherman, probably, but any veteran suspension wheels? If you have, I don't remember. Peter still has your KingSong 16X. Nice. I don't know what its function is. Not comparable to the Patton. Well, I had a 16X. Great wheel. I don't know. That can be a little get-around wheel. You know, if you want. It's lighter than a Patton. It's smaller than a Patton. So, yeah, I don't know. Or you could try to sell it, I guess. Sijic says the Arrow is looking interesting. Like I said, Larry has a pre-order on an Arrow. Larry and I had some discussions back and forth with the merits of an Arrow versus the V9. To me, the V9 is a great utility wheel to do just little short trips, throw it in your car. If you're a commuter, its weight, its size, it's thin. It has a lot of features for the money, $12.99. I think it's a really good value. The Arrow has more power. It's I think it's supposed to be 55 pounds. So it's not a lot heavier. Same weight as the Falcon, I believe. Um, uh, I think the Arrow has better specs. What's the battery on an Arrow? Is it 1,000? Is it 1,000 watt hours? I think something like that. Not a huge battery, but it has hydraulic suspension. Not fast ace, but hydraulic, which is normally, at least in my experience, has been good. Who knows how this flavor is? I don't know if this is an in-house design shock or something else. But to me, the biggest obvious advantage to the Arrow is it looks cool, right? It looks better visually. It looks better than a V9, in my opinion. I think that's clear. But it's a lot more expensive. After the tariffs, I think it's currently sitting at $21.99, isn't it? I believe. I mean, look. Yeah, $21.99 on eWheels. So, I mean, you're spending over 50% more for an Arrow. It's an 1,100 watt hour battery. There we can read together. 1,100 watt hour battery, $2,200. So, and you know what's interesting? Okay, I didn't realize that. I thought it was a 16-inch form factor, like a V9, but it's advertised as a 14-inch wheel. Interesting. For some reason, I thought it was a 16-inch wheel. 70 millimeters of travel in the suspension. V9 has 60 millimeters of travel. So, yeah, I mean, it's cooler than a V9. Visually, has some nice features. Doesn't have Bluetooth speakers. Doesn't have the cellular modem inside that you can track it if it's stolen. Doesn't have any auxiliary lighting. Trolley handle TBD, right? Supposedly it's supposed to have a trolley handle, but it has not been demoed yet what it actually is. So even though the V9 is a lot less money and does not look as cool as a NOSFET Arrow, I would argue that it's a better value in my mind. At least that's my opinion. Even if I had an Arrow, I mean, if I compare what I'm getting for the money, it will be hard for me to say that it's a better value than a V9. V9 has met or surpassed my expectations in pretty much every way. I did the range test on it, averaging 18 to 20 miles an hour for most of it. I got 24 miles and change. If I wanted to really push it, I could have probably eked out 25 miles. So that has a 750 watt hour battery, I believe. And it's only an 84 volt wheel. Remember, that's only an 84 volt wheel. The Arrow is a 126 volt wheel. So, yeah, I don't know. If value is your thing, the V9 is a better value, in my opinion. I think that's clear. I think that is clear. But again, sometimes money doesn't matter. Dale says, Dale had a 16X, right? Dale says the 16X will come in handy for your friends to ride, or if you ever get a flat and have to wait for a tube. Sure. Wilson, have you made yourself into an action figure in ChatGPT yet? No. There was a rash. Was that last week or 2 weeks ago? There's a rash of people, including myself. I cartooned one of my pictures, but there's a rash of people that turn themselves into cartoon images. And now this week, I've seen people turning themselves into action figures. I have not done that yet. Do I want to? I don't. Is it important to me? Probably not. Probably not. And we got a link from Dale. What do we got? What are you showing me, Dale? Oh, about next gen. I saw that, Dale, before I came on, that I guess Next Gen ordered a bigger batch of arrows. Yeah, what are they? Did I see what they're selling the arrows for? Let me guess, Dale. They're probably less than the other places, right? Let me see. The arrow. Oh, wait, that's alien rides. Whoops. The arrow. Oh, wow. Okay. They're listing the arrow for $18.79. $300 less. Interesting. I don't know, guys. I mean, if price is your thing, did they do free shipping, Dale, like most dealers? Wait, let me share this. I'm trying to figure out what the catch is here. Shipping. It doesn't say free shipping. I assume it's free shipping. I don't know of any major dealer that does not do free shipping on a wheel. But yeah, okay. Once again, next gen mobility, really competitive pricing. But anyways, Wilson, short answer is no. I have not done that. Will I make myself into an action figure? Probably not. Stan says 20 wheels equals atom bomb. If they blow up, yeah, maybe. Oh, you're talking about Marty? Yeah, well, he keeps them all in his workshop. So, Spartacus, Marty might need a wheel intervention. Yeah, I've tried to wheel shame him in the past and say it's kind of ridiculous to have that many wheels. And there was a period of time that he said he was going to limit himself to 10 wheels. But evidently, Marty's not good at self-control. So he has balloon. He's like a drug addict, except he just gathers EUCs instead of drugs, I guess. Hunter Tuned. After your tire issues in the Master, what did you conclude is the best tire setup? I recently switched to the Michelin Pilot tire, but also just had a tube failure with it. My Master V4, which actually I sent out to Dawn early in the year, I had that tube failure. And at the time of the tube failure, I had a Michelin Pilot Street 2 on it, like you had. And then my intent was to switch to tubeless. Jason from eWheels sent me a TNT tubeless tire that is on the Veteran Terminal. It was the same street tire that's on the Veteran Terminal. He sent one of those to me, with the caveat that he told me that, and I heard this from other people, that the Master V4 with the C38 motor, that rim is not tubeless compatible. It's not designed for a tubeless tire. It doesn't have the depth. It doesn't have the little ridge that you would normally have with a tubeless tire to keep it locked in place. It doesn't have that. But Jason said that he had someone else that put this TNT tire on their Master and made it tubeless successfully. So he sent me one for me to try. I was able to mount it fine. It held air. It held air without me doing anything. I didn't have to. I didn't use anything like slime or anything to seal it. It sealed good. It sealed good. The problem I had was I could not get it to seat in a way that it felt totally centered on the rim. Probably due to that rim not being tubeless compatible, I would imagine. No matter how many times I would deflate it, massage it, reseat it, it felt like it was not evenly seated on the tire. And the end result of that was I would feel a little, not a big, but a little hump every time a revolution of the tire came. And of course, at slower speeds, it's not a big deal. When you get up to 25 plus, it's annoying. It's annoying. It made me not want to ride it. So, and like I said, I tried a lot to get that thing good. And the reason I did that is because with a tubeless tire, you eliminate the scenario that caused my crash, a inner tube failing. In my situation, the air valve ripped at the tube, and that's what caused instant deflation. And that's what caused me to fall into 3 lanes of active traffic and somehow avoid being run over, somehow. So anyways, with a tubeless tire, you don't have that scenario. That isn't something that's going to happen. You could get a puncture, but you're not going to have a catastrophic instant loss of all pressure. So, anyways, I decided eventually, I got tired of it, and I decided eventually Dawn's master that she used for dirt riding was really beat up, and she was having issues with it. And I said, "Do you want it? Do you want my V4?" She said, "Sure." So I put the original knobby tire back on it, and a new tube, and just sent it to her like that. So, and she's ridden it a decent amount before her accident. So that is the long-winded story of my tire issues in the Master V4 Hunter tuned. Aren't you glad you asked? Lots of highs. Patrick says the F22 Pro $42.99. Yeah, I mean, Alien Rise is doing me a favor with the pricing I'm getting on the F22 Pro, but wow, $42.99. Ouch. Patrick's going to bed. Good night, all. Good night, Patrick. On-air promo. Yeah, Larry, actually, that's a wheel that, I don't know, you might like that wheel more than a Arrow, actually. It's the C8, not a C9. It's the C8. And it looks like, let's see, I wonder if eWheels has that on their site yet. It looks like an updated Nikola. It really does. Let's see, does he have it on here? C8. They just announced, Begode just announced it a few days ago. Yeah, I don't see it on the eWheels site yet. No. All right, so let's see if I can pull it up somewhere. Get a picture of it at least. Begode C8. Come on, I just want some images. Just give me an image of it. All right, there we go. From Reddit. Okay. So it's interesting. It's an interesting choice by them. Let's make that bigger. I wish I could make it a little bit bigger, but can I make it bigger? Oh, I can. Okay, there you go. It looks very similar to the original Nikola, which was a very popular wheel for Begode. I think they were still Galway at that time. And the interesting thing about this, 16-inch wheel, I believe the Nikola was technically a 16-inch wheel. Has cool LED circular lights going around the side, 84 volts. So they're not going crazy specs. 1,500 watt-hour battery, 31 kilograms. So it doesn't weigh a ton compared to a lot of wheels. Hollow magnesium motor, 2,500 watt motor, and it says that this thing can do 92 kilometers an hour in race mode. That has to be free spin, right? Has to be. There's no way an 84 volt wheel could be going 92 kilometers an hour is, let's see. 70 kilometers an hour is 43 miles an hour. So that would be like 50 miles an hour plus in race mode. There's no way that wheel goes 50 miles an hour on the street. I think that is incorrect. Unless it's a lift speed, but I don't know why they. Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's a no load lift speed. I guess that must be what it is, because in reality you cannot go that fast on that wheel. Has 8 speakers. I guess horns are speakers. Has 8 speakers. Smart BMS, so that's an upgrade. You can charge it 20 amps max, so it can get charged super fast, especially if it's only a 1,500 watt hour battery. Spike pedals, folding handle. And it has mid-mount suspension, oil suspension, not air shocks. So this looks like a cool wheel. It does. It really does. Okay, so those speeds are non-loaded speeds. Okay, so that makes more sense. That seems like a cool wheel to me. And to me, it looks better than an original Nikola. Updated and has updated hardware. Okay, there it shows the innards. It shows the battery pack and the shock. 70 millimeters of travel, same amount of travel as a NOSFET Arrow. Yeah, I mean, if you, and I don't know what the pricing of this is supposed to be. Did it say somewhere? I don't know. I close that. Okay. Does it say? I don't know what it's. Okay, yeah, I haven't heard what the pricing is. That's what I was curious what the pricing is. If it's priced less than an Arrow, I would take that all day. Me. But I got into EUCs a long time ago. These are the kind of wheels that were really popular when I first got into it. Those were probably the best times I ever had riding wheels. So I would, I like this. I do like this. I just don't know what it costs. Maybe someone out there does. I don't know. I did not hear a price on it. Sensei had the OG Sherman. Yeah, I thought I remembered that. Larry says, if the tariffs are the price of the Arrow higher, I'm going to get the V9. Gotcha. I don't know, Larry. You might want to get a C8, really. Stan, does Libre Kim have a patent on their suspension system if they have the best setup? I wonder why manufacturers haven't copied. No, they don't have a suspension. It's a fast-A suspension, which is a third-party company, is my understanding. They make suspension for other wheels or other vehicles, I guess. So maybe Libre Kim has an exclusivity deal with Fast Ace, but when the F-22 Pro was first, or I think it was still at the F-22, when the KingSong F-22 was first announced, it was announced as having Fast Ace suspension, which was later changed. They later went to D&M air shocks, and I think the non-air the D&M air shocks on opposite corners, and I think the other two corners are hydraulic, I think. But they don't. I think they're just used for like dampening and that kind of stuff. I believe. I don't know. Once I get mine, I'll let you know. But yeah, that's. I don't have concrete knowledge of that, Stan, but that is my opinion. Peter took a pretty good spill on the 16X a few weeks ago, and now the trolley handle does not go down all the way and lock in place. Any idea about how to fix? It depends what got damaged. If it if it flew out and got bent. The way to fix it is you could try to straighten it, but that metal usually is pretty brittle. Like once it bends, if you try to bend it back, it could snap. You could just replace the trolley handle, which I don't think I've ever had to do that on a 16X, but I think I've seen it done, and I don't think it's that hard. The 16X in general was a pretty easy wheel to work on. Stan, I want the Extreme Bull Rocket, but I'm not paying 10 grand. Yeah, that's another wheel that came out since I last did a live stream. I was curious about some opinions on that. Let's bring that to the stage. What? No, I don't want to buy it now. Definitely don't want to buy it now. This wheel, okay, so this is a 15-inch wheel. This wheel has crazy specs. It's a 2,000-watt C40 motor. The EX30 has a C40 motor in it. I think I remember reading that it was a tile motor as well. I thought, maybe I'm wrong. I thought it was a tile motor that uses thinner tile magnets. 62 pounds, so heavier than the Falcon, heavier than the V9, heavier than an Arrow. The battery, what is the battery in this thing? 1,500 watt-hour battery, so it is the biggest battery pack as well. And the thing that really got people's attention is it's in that form factor, but it's a 168-volt wheel. There's been no micro wheels. It's not a micro wheel, but no small wheels with those kind of specs ever. So I think I saw a video of someone riding 40 miles in the mid-40s on it or something. And I don't know. Does it appeal to me? No. I don't want a small wheel that goes that fast. I don't know. It just sounds like it would be inherently unstable to go that fast and with that kind of power and stuff. I'm sure there's a segment of people that would love that. I saw Afiz with his initial thoughts of the Rocket, and he seemed to love it. But of course, these specs don't come cheap. Estimated release price of $2,500. Very expensive. Almost double the price of an InMotion V9. So yeah, if you want the most performance in a small form factor, the Extreme Bull Rocket is it for sure. It just does not appeal to someone like me, but I'm sure there are going to be people that appeals to. That being said, if someone said, okay, here you can have a rocket or you can have a Begode C8, I would take a Begode C8, but that's just me. Graham Buchan, Mawa, make Americans walk again. Yeah, there are a lot of Americans that could use some more walking in their lives. That is for sure true. Sensei agrees the C8 looks good. Yeah, it does. It does. Stan, the Apex looks amazing. Did they fix the adjustments? What do you mean? Oh, the adjustable suspension? I mean, I heard that they beefed up the mechanism, I guess. But I still think it has issues. Like if you are riding in dusty, dirty conditions, I think those stanchions still will gum up on you. And if you do not keep after them and keep them clean, it won't rebound. That's what I've seen. Nosfet has a video on how to keep your stanchions lubricated, I guess, and I mean, I understand. I guess I understand that in some situations, like if you're an extreme rider, your maintenance requirements are going to be higher. But for me, I want my suspension to be set and forget. And maybe if it was just using the road, you would never have to do that. But if you did, I wouldn't like that. Larry says he loved his Nikola Plus. If it's near the price of an Arrow, I'd probably go for that. I would anticipate, Larry, that's going to be less than an Arrow, but I'm not sure. But I would anticipate. I wonder if Next Gen Mobility has any C8 pricing on it. Let me see. Maybe. I don't think I've seen anyone with C8 pricing yet, but let's see. On Next Gen, the Extreme Bull Rocket is only $2,200 versus $2,499. Yeah, across the board, they are less for everything, apparently. Yeah, the F22 Pro on Next Gen Mobility, $3,198 versus $4,000 on eWheels. Okay, wow. Oh, there it is. Oh, all right, there it is. $23.99. So it's more than it's more than an Arrow. See, that's a little too much money for that wheel for me, for an 84-volt wheel. Yes, it looks cool. It looks cool. I'm kind of surprised. I thought that would be less than $2,000. So yeah, $24.99, 4 to 5 week delivery estimate. 68 pounds. Interesting. And you can choose between 50 GB and 50S batteries. So that's for the 50 GB. So 50S would probably be more, I assume. I mean, I don't know why you would not just pick the 50. And it didn't update the price, or did it? Yeah, it did. $100 more. Yeah. Okay, it's $100 more if you want the 50S. Interesting. It's a good looking wheel. Much like the original Nikola, it's fat. You could probably almost fit the footprint of two V9s inside the width of a C8 based on what I'm seeing there. But it's a cool wheel. Yeah, the only disappointing thing that I have about that wheel is that's more money than I expected. I thought it'd be less than that. George is here. What's up, George? What's up? Yeah, long time no stream, right? I'm 18 minutes behind. Wow, going slow, and I have to pee too. Captain Send It. Arrow has me interested as a second wheel. Yeah, there's a lot of people interested in the wheel, but I think the thing that generates most interest is the visual. Right, it's a good looking wheel. Larry says, I have a feeling that next gen hasn't applied tariffs yet. Well, I don't know. What do you think, Larry? Because it would be pretty negligent to have non-updated pricing on your website. It's gonna give customers a bit of a bait and switch feel. Like if you see one price on the website, and it's like, oh, well, it's this price plus another couple $100. That won't make a lot of people happy. Okay, Sterling, I'm going to answer this question in a second. I just finished my Cayman Jack. I don't anticipate drinking more than 2 or 3. I'm going to get another Cayman Jack, and I will take a leak. And I will be back in, 60 seconds. So enjoy the sounds of my printer and my glowing Y on the wall. All right, how long was that? Hopefully not longer than 60 seconds. Okay, so Sterling said he ordered an Apex from NextGen the other night, $33.24 with free shipping, 6 months, 0% financing via Affirm. It's interesting. Like, how does Affirm do 0% financing? Oh, I guess, well, they're probably gambling that you're not going to have it paid off in 6 months. I guess that's how they do it. And then if it takes longer than 6 months, they probably charge you a high interest rate. Decided it'll probably be the last new wheel in a long time due to the 104% tariffs on China now. Yeah, probably. I said earlier, Sterling, that the F22 Pro is going to be the only wheel that I purchase in 2025. I can say that with almost certainty. Captain Sendit says still can't beat the Lynx. No, Lynx is a great wheel. It's a great wheel. I'd rather have a Sherman L over a Lynx, but yeah, Lynx is a good wheel. Just ask Larry. Hold on a second. Hold on one second. I need to tend to business. Tend to business. Okay. Sterling, does the Apex share the same motor as the Lynx? No, it does not, because the Apex is a 126 volt wheel. Oh, wait. Oh, the Apex. Oh, wait. No, the Apex is 151 volts, isn't it? Sterling. Isn't it? Yeah, I think the Apex is a 151 volt wheel. I don't know if it's the exact same specs as the Lynx or not. Maybe Sterling can tell me. I don't feel like looking it up. And I'm bummed that the C8 is that much money. I'm bummed. I don't know why. It's not like I'm going to buy one, but I don't know. I don't think it should be that much. Dale says, let's see how many of those that said they want to bring a Nikola back actually buy it. Hold on. I know this isn't good live streaming, but, you know, it's not like this is my full-time job or anything. What kind of full-time job would you work once every 2 months? Dale says, if I want a wheel, flashy lights, and speakers, I'd get the S19. Yeah, well, yeah, it does. I mean, the S19 does have flashy lights and speakers, but there's something about the Nikola design that was and is cool to me, at least. Not everybody, but to me. Nikola handle was awful, but the C8 looks better. If it's close in price, I'd blow the arrow off for it. Don't care that it's 84 volts. Yeah, well, yeah, for what you'll be doing, Larry, and those performance specs actually are surprisingly high for an 84 volt wheel. Surprisingly high. I'm really shocked by that. I'm shocked by what it says for performance and the price. Blue collar Jose, hey, do you ever charge your EUC with an EV charging station? No. You can. A lot of the fast chargers will support that if you have the right adapters, but I do not. I don't ever have the need with my riding habits. B&E. I want to buy the Patent S as my first wheel. Should I go that or the V11? The V11 would probably be easier to learn on. But if you're going to spend the money, I would just get a Patent S, probably. V11 is a good wheel. I owned one. I had a V11. It's a good wheel. Suspension is not nearly as good as a Patent S. The performance is night and day compared to the Patent S. Patent S has much higher torque, speed. So, I mean, the Patent S is a decidedly better, higher end wheel. Is it okay to learn on? Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I mean, it'll be okay to learn on. Just put some extra padding on it because it will probably get beat up a little bit. But if you only can afford to buy one, I would probably just buy a Patent S. Value. Well, the V11Y is, how much is that nowadays? Is it less than? It's less than $2,000, isn't it? Well, I think if you buy it from InMotion World, where you can use my discount code Duff to get, I think, $50 off. Yeah, on e-wheels, the V11Y is $1,900, with the Sherman S being, or not the Sherman S, the Patent S. Let's see, the Patent S. Where is it? Patent S, $2,999. So it's about $1,000 more for a Patent S. Do I think it's worth $1,000 more? Yeah, I do. That's my opinion. Yeah, I know you meant the V11Y because you, as far as I know, you cannot buy a new V11 anymore. Yeah, Dale points out that is true. The V11 is probably one of the most annoying wheels to work on. Like if you do break anything on it, it is a pain to take apart, without question. The V11 sucks in that regard. Patent S, not nearly as much, and it's more durable. Its design is just inherently more durable. So that is definitely true. Oh yeah, I remember that when Sean crashed the V11 into the truck. Yes, I do remember that. Mm-hmm. And Dale confirming Patent S. As long as that extra $1,000 isn't going to break you, I think it will be $1,000 well spent. B&E. If you're asking me, B&E, do I have a V11 or a Patent? I used to have a V11. I had one of the first V11s that was ever in the United States, actually, way back when they was introduced. I think it was the first batch of 30 V11s that e-wheels got into the United States. I was also the first one to experience what happened if you ride a V11 in the Y, a V11 in the rain. I rode my V11 in the rain and then I didn't ride it for a week. And within that week, my bearings rusted. And it turned into InMotion having to go back and put better bearings on the V11s. Because if they got exposed to water, they did not hold up at all. Yeah, Dale's in Australia, B&E. You're in Tasmania right now, Dale? I never know where you are, Dale. I need to put like an air tag on you or something because I never know where you are. I know you're always in Australia, but I never know where. Okay. Okay, so B&E used to have, or he has, coming off of e-bikes. I want to go faster and more convenient. Okay. You can go faster depending on the wheel that you have. Like my Patton, it'll cruise 40 miles an hour. I think that the top speed I ever went on my Patton when I did speed tests on it was 40, maybe 45-ish, something like that. I wouldn't want to go that fast on a Patton on a regular basis, but it can. Oh, wow. Dale's giving B&E a lesson about Australia. Stan, in your opinion, why do older wheels and e-wheels cost just as much as the new EUCs? If the nickel and 18XL were 1 gram, they would sell out. Yeah. I think I've talked about that before, Stan. I don't understand. I just have e-wheels up here. When you scroll down here, there's one wheel in particular that really, well, they still have Begode Heroes. Begode Heroes for $2,700. Like that wheel came out. How long ago did you get your Hero, Larry? 4 years ago, maybe? My question would be, how long have these things been in stock? Have the batteries ever been maintained? Or have they just been sitting in a box all this time? Yeah, I don't understand that. A Hero for $2,700. Let's see. I don't understand this. This is the one I don't understand the most. The Begode EX20S. Yes, it's a 3,600 watt hour battery. I owned one of these wheels. In my opinion, it's one of the ugliest wheels ever made. It was ugly. It rode good. Got good range. Heavy, 100 pounds plus. Still trying to sell for $3,400. I don't understand. And let's see, do they still have, okay, he still does have a 16X. 1750 for, yeah, V12, 1599. I love my V12. Yeah, some of the pricing on these older wheels. He still sells Tesla V3s? Wow, I didn't realize that. 18XL, I owned one of those. It's a great wheel. Would I pay $1,900 for it nowadays? No, I wouldn't. Oh my God, he still sells Nikola Pluses. Holy crap. Let's go back in a time machine. Why is that $1,900? That is interesting though, because remember the original Nikola was a 100-volt wheel. So this new C8 actually has lower voltage than the Nikola. Or I guess it was a Nikola Plus that had the 100-volt, I think, right? I don't understand this, why these wheels are still that much money. And I would be very nervous about buying a wheel that's been sitting in a box for years. Monster Pro, again, old, $3,300. Sure, you can still get a Sherman Max, really, but $3,000. Begode EXN, even older, $2,500. Oh my God! He still has Extreme Bull Commanders. That's another kind of ugly looking wheel. Yeah, I don't know. To answer your question, Stan, I don't know. I don't really understand. If those were mine, I would take the loss, write it off in the books, and just blow them out. Really, right? Blow them out. Give them away as part of a contest for PR or something. But just sitting in a box, wheels that old, I don't understand that at all. I agree with your thinking, Stan. I would just blow them out. Larry has an email out to Next Gen and Lem about what? About the C8? About something else? Oh, okay. Regarding the C8, cool. Yeah, let me know what or not. It's not Lem. It's Leem. Let me know what they say as far as their pricing. Although James, I mean, on their site it says $23.99 for the C8. Larry said, I spoke with Jason and he said that he hesitated to update prices because the tariff situation is so fluid. He increased the price once to cover them before the latest threat. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, they can't go just raising the. Just imagine you just okay. Well, it's Tuesday, so the price is now 10% more. Oh wait, it's Thursday now. The price is 15% less. I mean, kind of makes it tough to run a business because anyone that would be unfortunate enough to buy at the higher price, they're going to be pissed off. They're going to be pissed off if all of a sudden the price is magically less a few days later, right? Just yet another reason that I am so glad that I am not an EUC dealer. I am so glad. Hold on. Very, very glad that that idea never entered my head. Larry said that Jason would lower the price if the tariffs are canceled. Okay. So Larry says that next gen may just wait until closer to shipping before modifying the price. E-wheels is always more expensive. Yeah. I mean, does Dale or Larry know? Does James at next gen does he still like offer a 1-year warranty like E-wheels does? Oh, so one that we're talking while we're talking about tariffs here. Let's see how far behind am I. Yeah, I'm still behind, but with tariffs, what cracks me up, and I've talked about this tariff situation for a long time, like how the thought process is being pushed out there by the Trump administration is by pushing tariffs onto these countries. It creates more reason for them to either increase production in the United States, move their manufacturing to the United States, or potentially make American-made products more competitive because American-made products won't have the tariffs, right? But the reality is like to move manufacturing to the United States is something that you don't do like that. That takes a lot of time. So the reality is, and it's not like the manufacturers in China are going to say, okay, well, we're just going to take 104% less profit to sell our stuff in the United States. No, they're going to pass all that cost increase to us. We pay the tariffs. Okay, the manufacturers overseas do not pay the tariffs. And the other thing, and it's very funny, I don't know how, if you've seen it, I know a lot of people have seen it, but there's a speech out there by Ronald Reagan, the grandfather of the current Republican Party, or at least what used to be the Republican Party, talking about tariffs and talking about why tariffs ultimately fail. And if you just Google Ronald Reagan tariffs, I'm sure you can find it. But the crux of it was that applying tariffs to foreign companies creates a protectionist environment, and it removes the incentive for American companies to be competitive because the government is artificially raising prices on everything outside of the U.S. So if American companies aren't being driven to be better, aren't being driven to innovate, aren't being driven to be competitive, it's just a lose-lose. And then you get into a trade war, and the end result of a trade war is everyone pays more. Everyone. So where's the win there? I don't see it. Ronald Reagan didn't see it. So who knows? The stock market doesn't see it, obviously. So yeah, it's a cluster. But I'm just gonna grin and bear it. Yeah, I mean, at least we are paying less for groceries now, right? We are paying a lot less for groceries. Yeah. What a joke. What a joke. All right. Back to the comments. Sijic, no word on Librachem's next release? No. Someone mentioned very early in the comments about how it's funny, like the F-22 Pros are not widely available yet at all. I mean, like if seeing someone that has been able to buy an F-22 Pro and have it in their possession is extremely rare. But while that wheel is extremely rare, now KingSong is already talking about the F-18, which is reportedly a 200 volt plus wheel. So even though the F22 Pro has not really launched in a significant way, already the F18 is being talked about out there. So that, again, it's just KingSong, just kind of, I don't know, not being able to get out of their own way. Like, do I care that I'm buying an F22 Pro and the F18 is already being talked about? No, I don't care. But there are people that will care, and there are people who will say, well, F22 looks decent, but I think I'll just wait for the F18, right? So yeah, I think they're just kind of shooting themselves in the foot. Simon's here. Hey, what's up, buddy? Good day, guys. I'm a bit late. Moving house in 2 days, so busy packing up all my junk. Oh, wow, dude. Moving is not fun. You know, I did it 2 years ago or whatever, and it sucked ass. Not fun. So I feel your pain. Panoy, do I have a duper rating? No, I do not have a duper rating. I haven't played tournaments, which is typically where you would get a duper rating. So no, I don't have a duper rating. As far if I was rate myself, I would say that I'm somewhere around a 4.0 pick a wall player, somewhere around there. Depends on the day. Simon says to Dale, so effing cool getting to hang out with you last week. Hit me up on your way back though. Oh, I didn't know you guys got to hang out. Cool, Simon. It is nice. Nice. Sterling said a friend had like the second V11 ever made. Serial number was like pound 000B. Never had any issues with it. Cool. Nice. Larry said that his hero, Begode hero, was 3 years ago. Okay. In regards to the old wheels that are still for sale, Dale says, got to be a bit skeptical buying a wheel that was discontinued a couple of years ago, old stock with old dormant batteries. Yeah, that's my point. Yeah, I mean, do you think that they're opening the box and cycling the batteries to try to keep them healthy and monitored? I doubt it. I doubt it. Larry says James owes me credits for business I sent his way, so my price should be lower. Cool. Yeah, I don't know, Larry. The C8 might be pretty cool for you. I don't know. It's heavier though. I mean, it's not super lightweight like the V9 or the Apex. So 68 pounds is still going to feel light to you, but it is not as light as the other ones. Johnny Hernandez, in your opinion, what are the most recommended mods for a Master V4? Just got one, and the suspension leaves a lot to be desired. Coming from a T4 Pro, the Master 4 is stiffer, in my opinion. On my Master V4, I pumped it up to 300 PSI. I turned the little red knob on the included Begode shock, which admittedly is not great. Turned it all the way to the right, and then I backed it off a half a turn. And to me, that felt pretty good at my weight. The Master V4 has a lot of upgrades. The Master V4 has an EX30 system board already. A Master V4 already has 50S batteries. Mine, I had the Clark pad system, so I had Clark pedals on mine, which were an upgrade, which is very nice. And had the cool fairing kit on it as well, which I thought made the wheel look really sharp, in my opinion. To me, the only thing that the Master V4 would probably benefit from is better linkage, an upgraded shock. Those would be the things that I think a Master V4 would probably benefit the most from. I'm a 95% hard surface rider, so it was fine for me. If you're a big off-roader, you're going to probably want a more robust suspension on a Master V4. I don't even know if I ever took my Master V4 to the swamp. I don't think I did. So, Larry says regarding next gen's warranty, next gen offers a 6-month warranty, he thinks, but it's only parts. Okay, well that will make a difference in the pricing, which for me personally is fine. I don't know that I've ever sent a wheel back to get fixed. I've sent wheels back to get swapped, but I never sent a wheel back to get fixed. But it's only a parts warranty. E-wheels will physically repair the wheel, And in some cases cover shipping. That's why it costs more, kind of turnkey service. Okay. So I mean, would you compare what James is offering to what Leem does? Basically, similar. I don't know. I never bought a wheel from Leem. Oh, Marty is here, Mr. Electric Unicycles. If 100 perform, I only had a Cayman Jack and a half. If 100, let me try this one more time. If 104% on China sticks, wheel sales are going to fall off the cliff. I won't be buying new wheels. Yeah, obviously. And I don't know how long you've been here, Marty, but yeah, I mean, and imagine someone for some stupid reason buys at that inflated tariff included price, and then all of a sudden, Trump says, "Oh well, just kidding. Well, Trump's the tariffs are back to whatever they were before," and now the price goes down. I mean, as a dealer, you got a shit show to deal with. So I can't believe that tariff is going to stick. I mean, that's insane. Larry says tariffs were originally implemented by Herbert Hoover, leading to the Great Depression. Since then, they've been regarded as bad economically. I was no fan of Reagan, but he got that right. Yeah. Oh, Dale didn't believe Marty wouldn't buy any wheels. Actually, I won't. I have a lot of wheels that are nice wheels I can ride. Yeah, I talked about that, Marty. I think somewhere you mentioned that your current wheel count was around 20, I believe. And I mentioned how at one point, I mean, this was probably at least a couple of years ago, that you said that you're going to hold yourself at a 10 wheel cap. 10. Somehow that's doubled. So yeah, I understand, Marty. That's fine. George, I don't think I'll be buying another EUC with tariff prices. Are you thinking about getting back into EUCs, George? Because I know you sold your Master and you got your one wheel. I didn't know you were considering getting back into EUCs. Yeah, Marty, I don't know if you heard this, Marty, but Dale mentioned earlier in the stream about Begode talking about shifting their manufacturing to Malaysia to avoid tariffs. Did you hear that, Marty? Because I know you have connections at Begode. One and only. Marty, fortunately, you don't have to pay to test new wheels. Well, really, I mean, you paid for the Sherman L, right, Larry? Am I correct in that? I think that's. I don't know. Did you? I don't know. I know. Marty gets a lot of wheels sent to him. So Marty says testing wheels is not the same as owning a wheel. Sure, yeah. If you don't get to keep it, like the InMotion V9. So Marty, the V9 that you have, was that sent to you by InMotion? Or not? Or how did you get that? Because my InMotion wheel, my V9 that was sent to me, it was sent to me by InMotion, but I am keeping that wheel. One and only says, Marty, haven't seen many videos of your red Sherman L. He just did a video after riding it that I think posted today or the day before, talking about how much he still loves it. It's a great wheel. Sherman L's a great wheel. Larry, James versus Leem. If I buy from Leem, I'm sure he could find someone to fix it for me among the Knight Rider group. So if everything was equal, I would go with Leem. James owes me some credits, though. Gotcha. Captain Send It has to go. All right, man. Yeah, I'm not going to be running real long tonight because I do have to work. I am a working man, unlike Marty. Still slave to the time clock. Marty says the premium suspension upgrade for the V4 Master is the Vince. I haven't heard of this. The Vince linkage shock combo. I have not heard of that. The Vince version. One and only. Duff, when is your F-22 coming? I started the stream talking about this and expressing my frustration. I bought that wheel in January. I don't remember the exact date. It might have been mid-January. And when I bought that wheel from Alien Rides, they had on their site that their shipment was arriving mid-February. And that has slipped and slipped and slipped. And now we are in April. And As I have not been told that they have it yet, I actually sent them an email today asking what's the status, because every time I ask, it seems like the standard answer was 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Been several 2 weeks. But I noticed that Jayden Alexander, who I did the trade that got me the V13, he got his F22 Pro from NextGen. So he just got it yesterday, I think. So the fact that he got it made me think that whatever boat was carrying F22 Pros is here. It's here. So I reached out to Alien Rides today and asked, hey, what's going on? When are they coming? And the response I got back was they're double checking, but they think really soon. So hopefully. It's been a long time, longer than I like. I don't really, at this point, I don't really want to wait for a wheel for let's see, 2 months, more than 2 months. I really don't want to do that. Marty says that he's been busy with a lot of newer wheels. The problem with getting lots of wheels to test. Well, no, you have all those small wheels too, Marty, right? All those small wheels Begode keeps sending you. And although I was surprised that you actually prioritized the V9. You've been doing a lot of stuff in the V9. I was kind of surprised by that. I think Begode is, I don't know. I mean, obviously they're doing well, but I think someone needs to calm them down a little bit. And then they come out with the Begode Future, the Begode A1. I mean, it's too much. They have the M10 series. It's just too much. Oh, Marty, maybe because I know you used to be a big Nikola fan. What do you think of the C8, the Begode C8? We were talking about this before you got on. I think the C8 is cool. I think it's cool looking. I think the specs are good, surprisingly good, especially for an 84 volt wheel, a 1500 watt hour battery with mid-mount suspension. I think it's hydraulic suspension, so with suspension. The only thing that disappointed me about that wheel was it was more money than I thought. I think on NextGen it's like $2,400 with the 50 GB batteries and $100 more if you get the 50S batteries. So that was really the only thing that disappointed me about the C8. Otherwise, I think it looks pretty darn cool. George, I don't want to get back into UC. I just want to feel included in the live stream. Oh, it doesn't matter, dude. You're always welcome. I have my my one wheel. I rode it probably a month ago at the Greenway. And it was fine. I mean, I hadn't ridden it in a long time, and still great. Had a firmware update waiting for it, and I applied it, and it all went fine. But yeah, I don't know. My time available to do PEV related things has it's decreased. I mean, I have some other priorities in my life that are I don't know that are taking priority. Imagine that. Marty, prices always ratchet up. Prices probably won't drop as much as they go up. Sure. Right. Like, I think that was the biggest problem with COVID. With COVID, I mean, the prices of everything went nuts. Shipping costs, container costs, I mean, raw materials costs, crazy, right? Because the supply chains were broken all over the world. They went up. Once they returned to normal or closer to normal, pricing, if pricing was here to start, and then after COVID, it went to here. When pricing of the supporting infrastructure went back, the overall pricing went to, here. So it's annoying. It's annoying. Same thing with groceries, right? The pricing, like I don't buy a lot of groceries, right? Like if I was feeding a family, I mean, oh my God. Thankfully, like I don't buy that many groceries, but the groceries I do buy, the prices of things, it's just it's insane. It's insanity. And it's the same theory. Once they go up, there is no magic pill to make them go back to what they were. Yeah, they might come down a little bit, but they're never going to be back to what they were, even if the reason for their escalation no longer exists. They're never going to go back to what they were. And the other thing, and this has nothing to do with the UCs, but it's annoying, right? The other trick that people in the grocery consumer industry do is they keep shrinking the sizes of things. They shrink the sizes of things so they can maybe keep the price the same or only rise it a little bit, right? But it's ridiculous. Like I went to buy a bag of cat food. No, I don't own a cat, but I have. There's cats at my office that I feed, so I buy cat food. The standard size bag, the starting bag for cat food, is now 3 pounds. 3 pounds. It's tiny. The starting size for a cat food bag used to be 5 pounds. I'm almost sure it used to be 5 pounds, but now it's 3 and 6. So they can disguise the ridiculous increase in profits that they're making by giving you less, but not raising the price dramatically. And that happens throughout the grocery industry and the consumer industry. It's terrible. It's terrible. It's terrible. Prices of groceries are ridiculous, and many other things. Marty, many of the 20 wheels aren't real EUCs, M10s, Falcon, Future. Yeah. Oh, you actually have a Future? What are you going to do with that? I thought originally the Future was supposed to be a dual wheel thing like the E20, but it's not, right? It's a single wheel EUC. I don't understand a lot of the products that Begode puts out there. I can't believe they sell enough of certain models to make it viable. InMotion sent me the V9. Did you buy it? No, I didn't buy it. No, they sent me the V9. But I mean, I think I saw a video where you're talking about it, like you acted like you had to give it back or something, right? You said it wasn't your wheel or something like that. Or maybe I misheard. I thought I heard you say that, and that's why I was confused. You should have bought the F-22 from eWheels. Marty, you might not be familiar with this, Marty, but when the F-22 was available, the first batch was available from Alien Rides, Jason was not selling the F-22 Pro. And I actually asked him about it, and he said that he had been burned by KingSong so much that he did not want to carry the F-22 Pro initially. He was afraid it was going to be a lemon, basically. He just recently started listing the F-22 Pro on his site, and with an availability at the end of May, I think. Yeah. So if I got it from him, I would have to wait even longer and pay more, because I did get a deal from Alien Rides as far as the price goes. Possibly better than what Jason would have done. Marty says, with the jump in prices, Begode will have to stop releasing new wheels because people will have to be much more selective. Yeah. So did you answer, Marty? Did you hear anything about them moving manufacturing to Malaysia, Begode? Have you heard that? Dale had heard that. Philip Arnold, channel member, Philip Arnold. Prices go up more than quality does, in my opinion, but as long as people keep paying, it won't stop. True, Philip. It's true, but it's like if an entire industry decides to do this, do this deceptive packaging, pricing, everyone universally wants to raise their prices. I don't know. What's the consumer supposed to do about it? I mean, when it comes to groceries, I mean, you can get drastic, and you could grow your own food. I guess you could do that. I have a garden, but there are things that I do buy at the grocery store. Like I said, I'm lucky. Like usually each week, I spend less than $100 at the grocery store. But for the vast majority of people, they are going to spend a lot more than that. A lot more. Marty says the C8 looks cool for sure. I don't like the form factor for riding seated. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a 16-inch wheel. It definitely does not seem like something that would be good for riding seated. And for your riding, because you're all about long rides, I don't know why you would need a C8, really. But I do know that I'm trying to remember. Oh, that's right. Didn't you put one of your bicycle seat mods on your Nikola, Marty? I kind of remember that. I remember you used to be real big into the bicycle seat mods. I used to be real against it just because I thought visually it looked ridiculous. But I mean, it obviously seemed comfortable. But I think I remember you putting that on your Nikola. Marty, it's a comment machine. Higher prices is not fun when you're retired, and some of your retirement income is not indexed to inflation. Yeah, true. Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. Like when I retire, I don't know that my pension has a COLA built into it, a cost of living adjustment. I don't know that it does. I think it used to, but then I think Rick Scott took that away or something because he's such a great guy. I don't know. But yeah, no, I understand. Sure. Fixed income people are hit the hardest for sure. Oh, Marty, I totally disagree with this. Shrinking sizes is a myth. Maybe here and there. Are you crazy, Marty? Oh my God. Search it on Google, Marty. Like examples of before and now, with how manufacturers are reducing the sizes of things to sell you less product for the same or slightly more money. That is absolutely a thing. Absolutely. I would make a serious wager on that, Marty. That is something that's a strategy that's been going on for a long time. Like, look how much how big a box of cereal used to be versus what it is now. I mean, it's just there's millions of examples of them doing this. So, or maybe you just eat food that it doesn't affect. I'm trying to think. What did you say you like? You like don't you like spicy Doritos, Marty? There's a few core food items I know that you enjoy. So I don't maybe it has not hit those items, but I can tell you I've seen tons of examples. Tons. Marty says, kind of like Christmas advertising keeps starting earlier every year, which I've heard for 40 years. If true, Christmas ads will be starting in June. Well, that does seem, I mean, I see Christmas, I don't know ads, but I know that I see Christmas items and decorations being in stores way earlier than, I don't know, 10 years ago. Way earlier. Like I'll see stuff in Home Depot or Costco for Christmas in September, right? It did not used to be that way. Marty, I know eWheels is not selling the F-22, thus my winking emoticon. Well, no, Marty, you're wrong. They are selling the F-22. Look, they are selling it. But because of tariffs, they are selling it for $4,000, which is ridiculous. They are selling it. Oh, it says ETA is late March. What did I say? May? Shipping to customer. Okay, well, see, that's okay. Well, they're inaccurate as well because it still has a pre-order. They don't have it in stock, so you cannot. Interesting. It's not the pre-order button is not even clickable. You can't click it. So it looks like Jason needs to update his information as well. Aiming for shipping to customers in late March. Evidently, they missed that aim. Evidently. So, but anyways, Marty, yes, eWheels did. For whatever reason, they did decide to start carrying it. It is cool that the KingSong F-22 Pro comes with a 10 amp charger, right? I don't know of any other wheel that comes with a 10 amp charger. Marty says, I asked InMotion how long I had the V9, and they said as long as I needed it. I took that to mean that I have to return it. Honestly, I don't have the room for it. Well, I did not ask that from them, Marty, and I have no intention of returning it. And I based that because I got sent the E20 from InMotion as well, and it was basically the same deal. I got the E20. I did my reviews on it, my funny videos, my world top speed record on the E20. And I still have it. So, yeah, no, I don't think you're going to have to return the V9. This is surprising. Marty has no insight on Malaysia. That is surprising. How can there be 37 people in here and only Marty is commenting? This is weird. Marty, have you like somehow shut out the rest of the people in the live stream? It is a good time to say, though, if you want to help out the stream, I'll first hide that. If you want to help out the stream, please take a second to click the thumbs up button, click the like button to help visibility, to help replay views. This is my first live stream in 2 months. So let's celebrate, right? How can the world possibly survive without me live streaming? I don't know. And yes, I'm being facetious. Marty says those seat mods for the round wheels worked, but sucked compared to what we have now. Yeah, they did work. I mean, I saw you using them. I just thought it looked ridiculous. It almost looked like a, I don't know, like a sexual device or something, right? Like something Opsum would use, or I don't know, Marty. But no, I know you for a long time you told me the virtues of the bike seat mod, but I never could force myself to do it. Marty says you work for the government, and government employees have gold retirements compared to us working folks. I think you have a pension, Marty, right? You have a pension. I believe you told me. Don't you have a pension? I have a pension. Yeah, no, I don't think my retirement is better than yours. I would highly doubt that. I have a pension plan that I pay. My employer pays 3% in. I pay 3% in every pay. And in addition to that, I have a 457B account, which I fund entirely myself, which is like a 401k without a match, basically. It's just like an investment account. So I have those two accounts. And then, God knows if Social Security will still be around by the time I retire, but then I will have that as well. I'm hoping those three things will be enough to allow me to retire comfortably at 62. That is the goal, which, believe it or not, is like 4.5 years well, not quite. Coming up on 4.5 years away. And I can't wait. I can't wait to be like Marty. It's always been my goal. Marty says, I know shrinking sizes is real, but I said here and there. My boxes of cereal are as big as ever. No, your boxes of cereal are as big as ever if you buy family size. Family size, Marty, which costs even more. Because I've seen this. They have, if you buy a standard box of cereal, like if I cared enough to make my point, I would build a time machine and I would go back to 2010, or even better, like 2000 or 1990 or whatever. And I would have a box of cereal. I guess you can go on eBay and you can buy a box of cereal from 1990, right? And you put those two things side by side, there is a definite size difference. And the funny thing is like even with these smaller boxes, and this has been something going on forever, but you open up the box of cereal and it's in that wax bag or whatever, and you say the box of cereal is this high, and then you pull out the wax bag and the cereal is actually like this high. It's like half of the height of the box. So it's just, it's so shady, man. It's just, they just, wherever they can screw someone, they do. That's my opinion. If I had my voice mod working, which I don't right now, I would be using it for sure. I monitor the sizes of chip bags, and they are still 9.25 ounces. All right. Well, see, like I said, I know you have a few core items like snacks that you rely on. What about Hershey Kisses? Have they changed at all, Marty? I know that's another core part of your diet. Speaking of diet, again, nothing to do with the UCs. Speaking of diet, the last 2 days, my dinner has been a salad. It's been lettuce, tomatoes, hard-boiled eggs, and shredded chicken. That's been my dinner last 2 days. I'm trying to drop a few pounds. I'd like to drop maybe, I don't know, maybe 4. 4 pounds would be good. I do monitor my weight closely, Marty. So I've been doing that. And on Thursday, there's some friends of mine at work. they're gonna fast on Thursday. So I'm going to go through Thursday and not eat anything. I mean, I will drink. I'll probably rely heavily on coffee to be an appetite suppressant. But I'm going to try to go through the entire day, Friday or no, Thursday, without eating any food. So why? I don't know. I haven't done it before. I'm just curious what that'll be like. Okay, Marty. E-Wheels wasn't selling when you bought it. Yes. You know my backstory, do you, Marty? Yeah, 4K for the F-22 will cause them to jump off the shelf. Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all. Marty muted everyone. I don't know. Did I make you a moderator, Marty? No, you're not a moderator, so yeah, I don't know. You don't have these powers. Dan says the term you're looking for is shrinkflation. There you go, Dan. See, Marty, it's a thing. See, Marty has this thing where, like, if he doesn't see it directly, he thinks it isn't a thing. It's a thing. Trust me, it's a thing. Spartacus, not me, Marty. Marty says, I noticed that you are all into how you look when you're... I am? What? Marty says, I noticed that you are all into how you look when you ride. Really? And my camouflage shirts and T-shirt? And now that sounds very hypocritical, Marty, because I know you have outfits. You have various gear outfits. You have those crazy like motocross outfits that look like I don't know. They almost give me like a seizure when I look at them because they have all those patterns and colors, and I don't know. And I definitely don't pay as much attention to my hair as you do either, Marty. So I don't know. That seems like a attempt to redirect. Oh yeah. So yeah, that's an interesting comment. Simon says I can retire in 6 years and I'm counting the days. I like my job, but I like sleeping in more. Yeah, I wouldn't sleep in, but I have a lot of hobbies. I don't know if you guys can hear my Bamboo Lab A1 is printing away. That's one of my hobbies. Pickleball is a hobby. I still have those two guns that I bought that I still have not taken to the range to fire. I guess I should do that sometime because that could be another potential hobby. Yeah, so I don't think I'll have a problem staying motivated and busy in retirement. But I wouldn't want to spend time sleeping in, not more than normal. Marty, it's well known that government employees have very nice pensions as compensation for supposedly lower salaries. Well, remember, I'm a local county government employee. I'm not a federal government employee. Now, technically, we are state employees because like our pension system is a state of Florida pension. There's a lot of states that have state pensions that are insolvent. And there's been situations where people work their entire lives thinking that they had a pension waiting for them, and guess what? They didn't because the pension was managed poorly, and the money that they were promised was not there. I'm very lucky that Florida state pension system, last time I checked, is one of the best in the country as far as it's the way it's managed, its financial situation. It's good, but it's not. We're not federal employees, Marty. And it is true that in a lot of situations, government employees are paid less than the equivalents in private sector. That is true. Look at the studies. It is true, but you're doing that in exchange for security. You know, a government job. You know, you don't ever hear of a lot of government layoffs unless you're a federal government employee in the last 6 months, and Trump's laid you off or Elon Musk has laid you off. But generally, government jobs are secure and stable. So yeah, that is a bonus for sure. Larry just got off a call with James from NextGen. Arrow is $17.90 cash and about $50 more with a credit card. Okay. Well, that's a lot better than $2,200 from E-Wheels, I guess, right? That's a $400 savings. Did you ask him about the C8, Larry? Like, what's the best cash price on a C8? Spartacus, thank you, Spartacus. Yeah, you guys feel free to chime in with examples for Marty, since Marty doesn't believe me. Girl Scout cookies have 6 less cookies than they used to. Yeah, that is the strategy. Give you less for the same money or slightly more. That is the strategy. That's a great way to increase your profitability. Proven. It's a proven way. Larry says that Lean prefers the Rocket at 2100. I don't know. Yeah, I don't think I've heard your opinion on that wheel, Marty. I mean, it has great specs, right? 168 volt wheel, 1500 watt hours. Has really impressive top speeds for a wheel that size, a 15-inch wheel. My feeling is I don't really want to go that fast on a wheel that size. I'm sure there's people that do, and it has a mid-mount suspension. Yeah, it has mid-mount suspension as well. 70 millimeters of travel, I think. So yeah, Rocket does not interest me, but I think there will be people that are interested in it. But again, on e-wheels, it's $2,500. Marty does not believe in shrinkflation. When I buy items such as cereal, I always choose the size based on price per ounce. Well, that's smart, Marty. I'm surprised you don't have like a spreadsheet, or a ledger where you track that. You probably, maybe you do. I don't know. Price per ounce is good. So have you tracked, Marty, the changes in price per ounce over the years? That's a good question. My boxes of cereal. I never thought I would have a cereal discussion with Marty, but my boxes of cereal, small and large, are all filled to the top. Oh, mine aren't. I must be buying superior quality cereal. Of course, Marty. Yes, Marty. Everything you do and have is superior quality. I know. I know. Yeah, mine never are. How about you guys? Every kind of cereal I open, it's never filled to the top, ever. Says the man who's been known to ride with a cape. Very true, Spartacus. It's very true. But I didn't want to bring that up. I haven't brought that up much lately. Although, to be fair, Marty doesn't ride with a cape on a regular basis anymore, for whatever reason. Dan says, always look at unit pricing. Yep. Spartacus says, I do dig the cape, Marty. It needs to return. Yeah, I don't know. I think last time I saw it, it was like he was riding, I don't even know what wheel it was, in the mountains somewhere with a drone shot. I remember him with the cape flowing behind him. But that was a while ago. It doesn't matter what I say. Marty, have you ever been told that you kind of have a little bit of one-upsmanship in you? A little bit. Marty says, congrats on the eating habits. I have 14 years of daily weight tracking. Is that something that's logged as well in a ledger or something? You weigh yourself daily? I don't weigh myself daily. I weigh myself a couple times a week. Because I do think that's important. Because you'll hear these situations where people say, oh man, I gained 20 pounds. I have no idea. Well, you don't have any idea because you never weighed yourself. That's a real easy way to know if you're gaining weight, is to weigh yourself on a regular basis. So it's not rocket science. So I don't do daily weight tracking like Marty does, but I do pay attention. Even though I'm a very good weight for my height, I don't know. I want to be lean and mean at all times. Simon gets up at 5 a.m. for work. Sleeping in for me means sleeping till 8 a.m. Yeah. Well, see, I can sleep till 8, but like what happens is for the last year or more, for me to get consistent, solid sleep, I cannot do it without a sleep aid. I can't. What happens is like I can fall asleep without a sleep aid. Sometimes it's hard for me to even fall asleep with a sleep aid. But then I will wake up, either for I don't know, a dream or something in the middle of the night, or if I have to pee for some reason, I'll wake up and then I cannot fall back asleep if I'm not taking a sleep aid. And I usually take Unisom. That's what I use, over the counter. It's not it's not a hardcore sleep aid or an addictive sleep aid, but I take one Unisom most nights, and that will help me stay asleep. And if I take one of those, I could sleep longer, because like my daily alarm is 6:30 a.m. And when I'm taking Unisom, it's you kind of, that's the drawback to taking Unisom to me, is the first, I don't know, 5-10 minutes. It just, you feel like a freaking zombie when you get out of bed, and it's hard to take that first step to get out of bed, at least for me. So that's the negative of Unisom, but I take the trade-off just so I can get some decent sleep. One and Only says, definitely think the e-wheels raising wheel prices for tariffs recently, that if Leam and NextGen keep prices where they currently have them for new wheels, then their sales will greatly improve. Yes, I agree. Yeah, like I don't know if NextGen's prices are. I'm hoping that it's not bait and switch. Like the prices are on the site, and it's like, oh yeah, oh, we forgot to add the tariffs in. It's actually this. That would be bad, but hopefully not. Hopefully not. Marty says, if shrinkflation were real, everything would eventually disappear. People have been talking about shrinkflation for years. They'll be talking about it 100 years from now. Well, there probably is a limit to how small you can make things, right? Like if you had a box of cereal and you only had like 2 pieces of cereal in the box, that would be unrealistic, Marty. But I don't know. I don't know what to tell you, Marty. I see it all around me. I'm glad that you don't see it. That's good. I'm glad that your chips still cost, or your chips are still the same size. That's good. Philip Arnold, another channel member. I'm a state of Michigan employee. No pension since the 80s. Yeah, I heard about Michigan's pension system. I believe that's one of the examples I heard. Slaving and building a 401k. So instead of having a pension, does the state contribute to your 401k? Because normally your 401k has, your contribution, and then the company matches. So that's what they're doing, as opposed to a pension. Like a pension, and I had an option. Like the state of Florida gives you an option. You can be in the pension plan or the investment plan. And I was in the investment plan when I started as an employee for up until, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago, something like that. And the advantage of the investment plan is it's a lump sum. It's a lump sum of money that they contribute, just like they would to your pension. They contribute that money to this investment plan, and then you have that money, and you can have it in an investment account. And then when you retire, you can take that lump sum with you and do what you want with it. I guess find a way to make it into annual income or something, that you can live off of. So that I did have that option, and I ran with it for a while. But the state gives you a one time if you want, you can change. And most people, if they're not in the pension originally, they will change once they've been there for a certain amount of time, because it becomes a time period where a pension normally becomes a better option for you. And the way it works is when you want to make that change, they do some sort of calculation, and they tell you, okay, well, if you want to go to the pension plan, it's going to cost you this much money. And they basically take whatever that cost is, and they're going to take it from the investment plan, and they move it to pay for getting you into the pension plan. And that's what I did. And luckily, in my case, I was able to do that move, and I think I still had $40,000 or $50,000 left in that original investment plan, but I'm now in the pension plan. So now I have a guaranteed income every year after I retire until I die. So if I would die within 5 years of retiring, then the state makes out, right? Unless I'm married, and then my spouse would have survivor benefits. But if it's just me, the state makes out. If I live to 95, then I come out ahead. So yeah, pension talk, shrinkflation talk, pension talk, weight talk. You never know what you're going to get on one of these live streams. Yes, Marty, I do realize that shrinkage can only happen so much. I do. Yes, there is a basement to how small something can be. I'm just saying, with a lot of products, that we have not reached that yet. Marty says retirement is the best. I typically don't get dressed until late morning. I don't know that I could do that. I don't know. Like if I don't get up and going, or like if I have a day where I don't do much, I feel bad about myself. I feel lazy. and they don't like that feeling. But I mean, obviously, Marty, you do a lot of things, but yeah, I didn't know that you didn't get dressed until late morning. Interesting. Charlie, yes, we've talked about this earlier in the stream. Have you heard about the new 104% tariffs on China that will go into effect at midnight? I'm wondering if it'll actually happen. Yeah, I don't know. If it does, it's a bunch of stuff is gonna get artificially very, very expensive overnight. We'll see. I don't know, because I mean, obviously there's tremendous pressure from even though the administration I don't think wants to acknowledge it, but the American consumer does not want to get bent over with pricing regarding these tariffs. Yeah, the stock market has it's at its lowest point since COVID, right? I believe so. There's a lot of unhappy people. So we'll see. I don't know. Can't say it hasn't been entertaining. I mean, every day in the news, there's something kind of outrageous that's going on. I just wish it wasn't affecting people in the pocketbook as much as it does. Marty correcting me again. I said government employees, not federal. Well, but Marty, that's not accurate because it depends on the government. Just like Philip said in Michigan, it's not universal. Like you're stereotyping. It varies. It varies on the situation. You have federal government, you have state government, you have county government. Here we have city government. Like the city of Naples has their own deal with everything, benefits, pension. So you can't really stereotype it, Marty. Electric unicycles, says Marty. Rocket, no opinion really. Like you, I'm not into high-speed small wheels. Okay. Yeah, I never thought that would appeal to you, but God, I wish I had the voice mod going. Damn it. You may mock me because I monitor prices closely, but I'm the one who's retired. Hey, I never said that you were bad at managing your money. Plus, you have your rental properties, right? So you have income streams on multiple fronts, which is smart. I never said anything negative about your financial ability or planning, Marty. Never. I think that's great. EUC Me says next gen mobility warranty from its website. Begode, Libra, Kim, InMotion, NOSFET manufactured 2-year warranty on parts. Really? Are they all 2-year warranty on parts? Including motor and motherboard, 18 months warranty on the battery. Okay. So they will warrant those parts, and then as far as getting it fixed, that's up to you. Either you pay them to do it or pay someone else to do it or do it yourself, I guess. PJ. Guten Abend, Erduff. Hello, PJ. Welcome to the stream. It's not going to go much longer, though, because I do have to work tomorrow, unlike Marty. Spartacus, again, promoting for the channel. Thank you. If you have already hit the like button, thank you. If you haven't, then please smash the like button, like the stream, and subscribe. How many likes are we up to in the stream here? Let me look. We are up to 28 likes. Not too much. Not too many likes for a stream that's been going on for almost 2 hours. 2 hours and 7 minutes, according to StreamYard. Joe Thompson, I live in IA. Is that IA? Is that Iowa, Joe? So you get up at 3 a.m. for work? Or is that LA? Is that LA? Oh, because of traffic? Oh, God. That's the case. That poor you, man. That I can't imagine if your commute is actually that terrible. That would be terrible. That would be too much of an impact to my quality of life for me to tolerate. PJ says that you've had insomnia since you were a kid. I feel you, buddy. I also have severe RLS. It sucks. Restless leg syndrome. So do you take something for a PJ or you just get shitty sleep? Marty says, if you don't monitor your weight, you'll gain, as you know. Yeah, I do. Just for the kicks, I do it every day and compute the average every 7 days. You're such an engineer, Marty. You're such an engineer. He computes the average every 7 days. If it starts climbing more than a couple of pounds, I restrict myself. So you restrict yourself from a dietary perspective? Do you do like formalized exercise, Marty? Because I do. I go to the gym. I go to the gym 3 days a week. I play pickleball. I did yoga today, so I'm usually doing organized, focused exercise 5 days a week, maybe 6, depends. Marty doesn't want to look like the typical fat 60-year-old. Well, how about the typical fat 40-year-old or 30-year-old, Marty? I mean, what's the percentage of obese Americans? Isn't it 60% people that are technically obese? I mean, being non-obese puts you in a minority in the United States, for sure. It does. Larry says, hey, I'm 63. Are you saying I'm fat? Yeah, I was going to say, Larry, you are looking pretty chubby. Philip, in regards to the 401k that he gets from the state contributes 4% and matches 3%. Okay. Some medical after retirement based on years of service. Well, that's nice. I don't have a medical benefit when I retire, so that is nice, Philip. Yeah, so I mean that 401k, that's not a horrible deal, except it's you're at the slave of your investments. If hopefully you time your retirement when your investments are high and not low. Larry says, regarding the pension, if you're married, you'll die in 5 years too. No, I thought statistically married men live longer. I read that somewhere, Larry. I'm almost sure I did. Marty says it's surprising that Michigan doesn't have a pension. Yeah, I mean, I know there's more states other than Michigan that have had failed pension systems, because I remember reading articles about it. Marty calling Larry skinny fat. Oh boy. So Joe says the only way to beat traffic in LA is to work 5 a.m. to 1 p.m. Oh my God, dude. It sounds miserable. Miserable. No, thank you. Marty says, just because I don't get dressed in the late morning doesn't mean I'm not doing anything. Well, yeah, obviously, Marty, you're compiling numbers, you're formulating averages, you are adjusting your caloric intake. Yeah, I'm sure you are busy, and none of those things require you to be dressed. So yeah, no, I understand. Sure. We get this comment pretty regularly on the live stream. I hope an American EUC company starts sometime soon, but it will probably be 10 years or more. I wonder why there hasn't been one yet. Is this something patent related or just safety and liability? Well, there are additional regulations if it's an American-based company, like, for example, One Wheel. They had certain restrictions placed on them because they are an American-based company as far as the specs of the devices, their regulatory commitments. And I mean, my opinion is the reason that there hasn't been an U.S.-based EUC company is because they aren't able to be competitive. Pricing, labor, the cost of an American-made electric unicycle would more than likely be prohibitive. It would be crazy expensive. And bottom line is, if something costs 30% more than something that's equally good, you're going to buy the item that's 30% less, right? So that is my feeling, because there have been multiple people that have talked about trying to do that, and they all have failed. They all talked about great ideas, but in reality, it never has flown. And I think it would be cool if it did happen, but I think the likelihood of that happening is very, very small. Admitted, Duff, you're living off the hard work of Floridians? No, not really. The tax collector, I work for the tax collector. And the tax collector is actually one of the few organizations that like actually generates its own income, because we collect fees for what we do. So we actually are self-sustaining. We're not living off of tax dollars from citizens. We collect fees from the agencies that we are collecting payments for. So again, Marty, stereotyping. I know that's your thing. PJ just gets shitty sleep. You know, it's not good for you though, dude. You know that. Obviously, you know that. Marty, okay, so when your weight starts going up, you do intermittent fasting. I need to get back to the gym. Struggling that motivation, sadly. Okay. Yeah, because I mean, as you get older, as you know, Marty, I mean, strength is something that goes, and I think it's important to have a mix. Like people that do just cardio, that's good, but I mean, it really is better to have a balanced attack, diet, cardio, weight training. But you know that because you know everything. Charlie fasts on weekends. Wow, that would be hard, right? Because you think weekends is when a lot of people go crazy. You know, go out to eat and food readily available. That's interesting, Charlie. That's one of the reasons that I'm going to try to do it on Thursday during a work day. You know, when you're not home, you don't have all your regular food around you, so it's kind of artificially limits you. So I don't know. We'll see how it goes. One and only, purchase yourself a Waze Smart Scale. It'll track your weight and stats every time you step on it and compare it for years. I actually do have the Smart Scale. And I think at one point when I first got it, I attached it to my app on the phone, or the health app on the iPhone. And I just didn't keep up with it. I step on the scale a few times a week. I look at the number and I adjust accordingly. It's not rocket science, really. Marty says, medical in retirement is gold for those that get that. Mine for Boeing is changing. It'll be $0 for me when I turn 65. It'll be $0 because of what? Medicare or Medicaid, Marty? I mean, that's what everyone talks about. You know, getting to 65 when you qualify for Medicare, Medicaid. And the tax collector used to have a medical benefit where retirees were still covered under the office insurance until 65, and they removed that benefit. I don't know, 10 years ago. Marty says American EUC manufacturing is primary liability and costs, labor, parts. Yeah. That's true. I mean, the United States is generally a sue-happy place. So when you're in China, American lawyers aren't really able to get to you. If you're an American company, they can get to you. I mean, most of you, well, maybe not most of you, but Future Motion had a huge class action lawsuit filed against them because of the one wheels cutting out. I don't know what the total amount of payout was for that, but it was huge. And it was because they're an American company. It was easy to file a class action lawsuit against them. A Chinese company is basically immune to that. So curious, where do you hit the like button? Not seeing it anywhere. Are you on a phone? I think if you're on a phone, it's not obvious. Someone told, because I rarely watch a stream on a phone. I think you have to hit something to show the like. I probably should document that so I can tell you guys how to do it. But if you're on a phone, it's tougher. If you're on a PC, it's easy because it's right underneath the video. That you have a thumbs up, thumbs down, and you have a share button right there. It's on the right hand side of the video. But on a phone, it's somewhere else, and I wish I could tell you exactly where it is, but I cannot. Marty, I'm joking. Don't ignore my emoticons. Oh, well, you know what it is, Marty? I'm looking at the chat in StreamYard. That's why in StreamYard I don't see emojis or emoticons. That's That's why you think I'm ignoring them. I'm not ignoring them. I'm not seeing them. So that's why. But it's okay, Marty. I have thick skin. Simon has a simple diet. Channel member Simon, by the way. I have a simple diet. If my weight goes above 85 kilograms, I skip breakfast until it goes back down. Usually takes about 2 weeks of doing this to drop a couple kg. Yeah, my thing is like my meals, my breakfast and my lunch are the same every day. The thing that fluctuates is dinner. What I'm eating for dinner, if I'm doing dessert at dinner, what I'm having for dessert for dinner, if I'm drinking water with dinner, if I'm drinking something with calories. That's really the only variable. My breakfast and lunch are very, very consistent and relatively healthy. I'll have like eggs and like a wheat toast or something with peanut butter and honey for breakfast. My lunch is it's a wrap, like a tortilla wrap, that I put peanut butter, chia seeds, hemp seeds, almonds, and blueberries in, and I'll wrap that up. I have ratio yogurt that has 25 grams of protein in it. I have that. I have either rice pudding or tapioca pudding in a small cup. And then after I work out, I have a small protein shake I get from Costco. It's 30 grams of protein. And that is the first 2 meals of my day every day. I'm one of those people that doesn't drive me nuts to eat the same thing every day. So that's what I do. Marty will be in Medicare, but all the supplemental insurance you need will be provided for. So it provides supplements. I remember when my mom went to Medicare, she had to get a supplement to cover the parts of Medicare that supplement, she had to cover the parts of Medicare that were not free with supplement. And it seems like that is a necessary thing. I was amazed. I remember when she died, she was in the hospital for, a week, something like that. And surely all kinds of medical bills associated with her care. And she had a supplement and she had Medicare. And after she passed away, I got 0 medical bills. Everything was covered either by Medicare or that supplemental insurance. And I was amazed. I was always waiting to get a huge bill, and I never did. Oh, Medium Dog, thank you. Medium Dog channel member. Back out of the chat, and then you can like the video. Okay. Oh, so it's a choice, either chat or you can like the video. Okay. Thank you, Medium Dog. I will remember that. Citric says, as far as the small, powerful wheels, don't need to go that fast, but it is nice to have the overhead. Not only can shoot up a hill real quick and having a battery to continue the ride. Well, yeah. Like, for example, the V9, its posted top speed is 28. Like, I think the fastest I've gone on it is like 22, maybe 23, maybe touch 23. Yeah, like having the ceiling within 5 miles an hour, that's enough. Yeah, I have a feeling that the V9 could probably, you could bump up against 28 and it wouldn't be the end of the world. But I have no desire to get close to the ceiling. So I'm much happier going 20 miles an hour on something like the V9. So with the future, yeah, right, you have a higher ceiling. But there are people that are going to want to ride at that ceiling on a small wheel like that, and more power to them. That wouldn't be me. Now Marty is correcting someone about the mobile YouTube has a like button. I use it all the time. All right. Oh, wow. Look at all this. Look at all these tips. Thanks, guys. I guess a lot of you guys watch this on a mobile device. I hardly ever watch a live stream on a mobile device. I have, but it's very rare. Simon says there should be 3 dots in the upper right of the screen to access the like. Cool. Sizik says, if I need to lose some weight I've gained, I definitely start the day with lemon water and apple cider vinegar, then brew green tea. Oh, my goodness. I remember at one point hearing that apple cider vinegar, is good for you, right? It's great. It cleans you out, kills bad things in your gut. And they said, just take a shot of it. I mean, oh my God. I did, and it was disgusting. I mean, I don't doubt the benefits of it, but it's disgusting. Apple cider vinegar, man. Oh, it's nasty stuff. Man, all this advice, how to do likes. That's great. Philip Arnold says to do a like on the phone, hit the X to close the live chat. Then you'll see the thumbs up icon to like the video. And I guess there's probably an icon to go back to the chat then. Charlie says, do you think the Rocket will be better build quality than the Falcon? I may upgrade. Oh, yeah. To me, yes, clearly. I was not the Falcon. I mean, I rode it when I was out in California. The Falcon didn't blow me away. Looked kind of clunky. The way that you adjust the suspension, you have to take the top off, which is kind of dumb. The Rocket definitely looks like a all around upgrade as far as QC goes, but I mean, no one here has seen one or ridden one, so I can't say that for sure. But just based on appearances, I would say yes. I don't know. Marty used to have to pay $375 a month for Medicare supplement for Lupe, but recently it went to $0. So, oh, okay, wow, that's great. Yeah, that's a nice savings. Nice that sometimes benefits get better. Yeah, that isn't a common occurrence. Marty agrees the V9 feels great at 20 miles an hour. I agree with that. Duff is old, probably uses a dumb phone. There's probably an emoji in there, Marty, but I didn't see it. I have a iPro 14 Pro Max. That is my phone. Joe says, on a plus note, I'm semi-retired, so I don't have to do it on a weekly basis since I'm a remote engineer. Oh, you don't have to do that drive on a weekly basis? Good, dude, because that sounds crazy, man. Cedric says, you don't take a shot of apple cider vinegar. You mix it with water and lemon. It's much more doable. Really? Well, I'm not a big lemon fan either, really. So that cuts some of the grossness out of it. Ugh. I know it's supposed to be good for you. I mean, I know it is, but so is ginger, right? But ginger is disgusting. Ginger is disgusting. I remember I used to like when I was huge into calisthenics. I was like juicing my food and eating just like really clean. You know, I weighed like 170 pounds and I was like really kind of stupid thin. But I was trying all these healthy stuff, and like some of my calisthenics friends would say, "Oh yeah, eat ginger; it's great for you." Oh my god! To me, it was like eating a bar of soap. It was horrible. I don't know how people eat ginger. Marty says the Falcon build is superb. Really? Maybe I'm just talking about the I don't know, the visual of it. Just looks. It almost looks like it's. I don't know. It doesn't look superb. It does not look. It looks dated. It looks dated and basic to me. That's just me. One and only says the build quality and wire management is great. Only complaint is the adjustments being under the top cover. Yeah, that was an oversight for sure. Simon says, I heard a stat today that if the iPhone was produced wholly within the U.S., it would cost over $30K. Sadly, that's crazy though, right? That's crazy. That is crazy. Marty's going to dinner. Have a nice dinner. I'm about ready to sign off too, Marty. So no problem. So thanks for stopping in. Sijic does not do ginger. Do what is doable. Yeah, that is not doable. I'm going to start taking turmeric as well. Just a supplement, turmeric. You can buy turmeric in powder form, but I'm just going to take a supplement, take a pill or whatever, because it's supposed to be all around good as an anti-inflammatory, which I can definitely use. Sterling says, try pickled sushi ginger. It's great and cheap at Asian grocery stores. I also don't exactly like ginger, but the sushi ginger is, I mean, I've eaten gingerbread cookies. They're okay. I've had ginger ale. That's okay. So, all right. Well, next time I'm at an Asian grocery store, I'll look it up. Whoa, Simon just gifted 5 memberships. Dude. Simon, thank you, man. It's very nice. All right. Well, I can see right away who got them. Sijic. Sijic, you won a gifted membership by Simon. Shane Largo, Air Raymond, Marcus, and Luis Aldaz were also given gifted memberships. So you get a 1 month membership. If you're not, wow, that's very generous of you, Simon. Thank you, buddy. Thank you very much. Membership on the channel. It gives you special emojis that you can use in live streams as well as in comments on videos. I typically give early access to my members. I will release a video that only members see for a period of time. Sometimes I release videos that only members see. Like, for example, I did 2 or 3 videos regarding Dawn that I only released to members. So there are a number of perks to being a member. And you guys are now members, thanks to Simon. Thank you, Simon. Appreciate it. Joe, I only intake about 5% of sugar in my diet. Good for you. And that's probably my biggest weakness is I do have a sweet tooth for sure. And I could benefit from less sugar. And also sugar causes inflammation in the body. So that's another reason I should try to cut it back. And I'm working towards that. Charlie says, I have a Lynx for street riding and a Falcon for off-road. I'm interested in the Rocket to keep me from beeping while I bounce around. I agree with Marty. Falcon build is amazing, actually, not the trolley. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's not like I ripped the Falcon apart. I don't know. Just it didn't do it for me. Charlie is going to bed. Yeah, I'm getting sleepy too. Electric unicycle adventures. What have you heard about the KingSong F18? Nothing different than you did. That it's potentially a 200-volt wheel. I saw a video of it riding around in like camouflage or something. And I guess KingSong, I don't know if it was mistakenly, had that a wheel in their app as well. So, yeah, I don't know. I'm still waiting for an F22 Pro, and they're already talking about the F18, which is kind of weird. One and Only says the F18 looks sweet, and quick change motor seems promising. Hopefully that'll translate to quick tire change as well, I'd assume. Yeah, I would assume so. That would be nice. Pinoy, do I use Franklin X40 balls? What balls do you usually use? I would say that I use the Franklin balls the most. I also have some Selkirk S1s that I like. They're more durable, significantly more durable. They're harder than a Franklin ball. I also have some Durafast balls, which are being used by the PPA for a period of time. They're not being used this year. Durafast balls, I don't like those very much. They're the hardest balls. They play the fastest. They're also brittle. They also have an issue with getting out of rounds. So, yeah, the Franklin XT40s are a staple. I would say most of my games I'm playing with a Franklin XT40. Even though I think if it was just me, I would probably like playing with the Selkirk S1s more. Simon, happy someone in the chat got one. Yeah, I guess it just picks among my subscribers. Simon, I don't know. I never really researched it. I guess it's just picking anyone that's subscribed to the channel and giving them a membership, I guess. Cedric, do I put cream in my coffee? Yes, I do. Yeah, it would be nice. YouTube picks memberships at random. It would be nice if someone buys gifted memberships that they could actually pick them. But I think that works like the same way as Twitch does. They're probably modeling Twitch or other streaming platforms. That's the way they do it. It's just random. So I don't know why. I mean, if Simon wanted to give specific people memberships, I don't know why that would be a bad thing, but they don't let you do it. Larry says his Falcon wasn't good enough to keep me from wanting his Arrow. Yeah, Larry got rid of his Falcon. He doesn't have his Falcon anymore, actually. That changed since in the last 2 months as well. So, okay, what we got here? 9:23. Okay, I think I'm going to shut it down, guys. I am tired. I've been streaming for 2 hours and 32 minutes, which is pretty good for a Tuesday night. Don't expect 2 months until my next live stream. It'll be a more regular thing. And I think that we will leave it here. Good stream, lots of good talk. And I appreciate all of the participation as always. I appreciate Simon with his gifted memberships. And yeah, I appreciate all you guys. It's been a good welcome back. Good welcome back. So that's all I got for now. I will talk to you guys again soon. And until next time, Duffman out.